everybody, Cookie here with another Monster Hunter Wilds update. It is the day after the worldwide release, and there have been a bevy of different opinions from the player base, and I'm going to dive into a bunch of that during this update, as well as a variety of issues too, like glitches and poor performance. Before I jump right in though, just want to let you guys know if you're a beginner in the Monster Hunter universe and Wilds is your first game in the series, or if you're a returning vet but it's been a while and you could use a little refresher, then we got you covered. Yesterday we released a beginner's guide video for Monster Hunter Wilds with a bunch of different tips and tricks to help you get started in the new game. So if you have any interest in that, it'll be linked in the description, so please check that out. It would be a big help for us. And now let's get into the news. So the initial news coming right out of the release was both really good and really not so good. Let's start on the positive side and just talk about how massive of a release it was. It sold 1 million units in just 6 hours on Steam, which made it Capcom's most successful launch ever on PC. Even more impressively, however, is that as of making this video, on Steam alone, it hit a maximum peak of 1,384,608 players, which is crazy. That ranks 5th all time for a peak concurrent player count on Steam, passing the likes of Dota 2, Elden Ring, and Cyberpunk 2077. That number just occurred right before recording this, so I wouldn't be surprised if it climbs even higher today or tomorrow. That's pretty remarkable considering that isn't even counting how many people are playing on Xbox and PlayStation as well. So there was expectations of a big release for sure, but it looks like this game surpassed all expectations and has an absolutely massive amount of players. As great as that is, there is also a negative side of this news story to talk about, and that is the response those players have had to the game. I think the Steam reviews overall score says it best. The reviews are mixed. After scouring through Reddit boards, Discord chat rooms, and other places online to find feedback that players have, it looks like the people that liked it absolutely loved it. They enjoyed the gameplay, the story, the monsters, just everything. Just an outstanding game. And it seems like the people that didn't like it had two main complaints: poor performance and multiplayer. There have been a lot of pictures and videos online of just ugly looking rendering and graphics that are nowhere near up to industry quality. Some players complained that the game is nearly unplayable, or just feels unfinished and rushed. This seems to be especially true for PC players, making it seem like the port to PC didn't go as anticipated for Capcom. This one comment on Reddit says the performance is unacceptable. They said, I have a 4070 Super, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an i7 11700K. I'm playing on an all-high without frame gen, and I'm getting 40 to 60 FPS. I feel like I should be able to run the game a lot better than this. And also edited to say, playing on 1440p with no ray tracing. In general, fans on PC are upset that they have to jump through hoops with PC settings just to get through the game, and that's where a lot of negative reviews are coming from. It isn't the only place though, because as mentioned earlier, multiplayer has also been a place of contempt among some Monster Hunter Wilds players. This run of messages on Reddit does a pretty good job of showing a common complaint in the game, saying, why do they keep fucking up multiplayer? This game is known to be for multiplayer, but they make the playing process terrible. He said, unfortunately, it has become an honored Japanese tradition, so they can no longer deviate from it. Said, what happened in Rise, was that a fluke? And said, Rise was pretty much the classic style from previous generations with some modern add-ons. Worlds was also really simple, even though it wasn't the same. This new system is just very odd. I'm sure people will get used to it, but making multiplayer seamless and easy should be a top priority. So as they say in the messages, Rise and Worlds multiplayer systems were both much easier to work with than Wilds. And also as they say, multiplayer is an integral part of the game and it's a real mess. This meme does a pretty good job of signifying the issue as well, showing all the different weird hoops one person has to jump through just to try to play with friends. I myself didn't encounter much performance issues, but even with the beta, I could tell the multiplayer system was going to be a definite issue, and clearly it didn't get better since then. I don't know how easy this is to fix, but I really wish they would find a way to do so. Capcom has put out a new list of known issues about the game. The 4 issues are as follows. A network error occurs when firing an SOS flare right after a quest begins. Link members are not prioritized over other players and may not appear in some places, including base camps. Palico's attacks with blunt weapons do not inflict stun and exhaust damages, and when guarding a monster's attack with a lance using Power Guard, under certain conditions the weapon flashes in red, but the effect is not activated. They also mention a glitch with the smithy at the bottom, which is given more detail in this post, which says, Hunters, we are currently investigating an issue that can occur when visiting the smithy. When this issue occurs, weapon upgrading tutorials are repeatedly shown, disabling certain options in the menu. Look for further updates on this issue to come. Thank you for your your patience. Then another glitch that has been acknowledged by Monster Hunter is this one, saying, "Hunters, we are aware of an issue occurring for some players where the grill a meal and ingredient center features can't be unlocked, even though the progress criteria is met by the player. We are currently working on this issue and will provide further updates when we have them. Thank you for your patience." So if you are encountering any of those glitches, at least know that Capcom is aware of it and is working on it. So make sure to look out for those glitches and issues to hopefully be patched up soon. On a personal note, I just finished the game yesterday, and so did most of my friends, and overall, this is by far my favorite Monster Hunter title. I got lucky with the performance issues, so that didn't obscure my experience, and the gameplay just felt really fluid and exciting and really satisfying. I do play on Xbox Series X, so that may be why the performance issues didn't affect me as bad. As for the multiplayer, I'll be delving into that more going forward now that I've beaten the story, so I'm sure I'll have my fair share of headaches working with that. But for now, I'm a little surprised by the negative reactions, but if my game was crashing and the graphics looked choppy and nasty all the time like it does for a lot of people, yeah, I'd be pissed too. So I was surprised at first, but after seeing all the different, bad gameplay, bad pictures, bad rendering, yeah, I'm not as surprised anymore. Hopefully moving forward, that will get resolved. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you got some info out of today's video, and if you did, please smash the like button for us. It helps out a lot. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss a video, and we will see you next time. Happy hunting!